The last dream I remember about my love life was kissing my ex. Although it might not seem strange at all at a first glance, when I told my friends about it, they were astonished. Why? Because it's been a long time since I decided that I'd no longer think about my ex. But now it seems like my subconscious mind is telling me that maybe I should get my ex back. At least, that's what I thought was happening. I immediately reached out to experts in the field of spirituality, and they helped me understand the spiritual meaning of dreaming about my ex kissing me. If you also want to understand why you're dreaming about your ex kissing you, check out these 9 signs. I'll also share my experience with a real psychic to help you become more aware of your future love life. 9 possible meanings of dreaming about your ex kissing you.
1. Your love life is stagnant at present. Do you know what happens when you stop loving or dating someone for a long period of time? No, I don't only mean the hormonal changes that happen in your body. I mean the fact that you are no longer thinking about them, and you've already started to develop a lifestyle where you don't even consider being in love again. Well, that's what happens when your love life becomes stagnant. And guess what? That might be why you're dreaming about your ex kissing you. I know it might seem strange, but it's true. When your subconscious mind is trying to tell you that it won't do any good for you to be alone, it starts to send you signs. So, perhaps the reason why you're dreaming about your ex is because of regrets in the present moment. You might feel like nothing is happening in your love life, and that's why you recall what used to be good in your relationship with them. Does this make sense now? Let me give you a further explanation. I've heard stories from people who stopped trying to find love and had stagnant love lives for a long time. And you know what? They were overwhelmed with thoughts about their ex-lovers. It was like they were being haunted by their exes. This is why I believe that when your love life is stagnant, you're more likely to dream about your ex. As a future psychologist, I can tell you that in psychoanalysis we call it a substitute object. What does it mean? It just means that you need to find another person about whom you'll dream, think, and with whom you'll share your emotions. And it's not a privilege, it's something vital for our mental health. So, if you want to stop dreaming about your ex kissing you, you should either think about getting back with them or try to find love again. What do you do when this happens? Just remember that if you dream about your ex kissing you, it's a sign that your love life is stagnant and that you need to do something about it. Get out there. Join a dating site or make more friends. It doesn't matter what you do, but make sure that you're out there meeting new people and getting good vibes from them.
2. You're subconsciously looking for closure. Let's hang on for a minute and think about something. Have you ever felt closure after breaking up with your ex? Or maybe they were the ones who helped you experience closure? Now you probably wonder what I mean by closure at all. Well, being close to someone is like being close to a person who is your closest friend. When you're in a relationship with someone, you get used to them. You get used to their smell, their taste, the way they look at you, and the way they touch you. So when this special person leaves your life for whatever reason, there's a kind of emptiness that remains. And this emptiness is what we call closure. And it's not something bad at all. It's just an experience. It's how we learn from things that happen in our lives. We learn from our mistakes and we try to do better next time around. And if you've ever broken up with someone or been broken up with by them, then you know what I'm talking about here. The closure is good for us because it gives us one more experience to learn from and grow as human beings. And since you no longer have the opportunity to feel closure with your ex, you're subconsciously looking for it by dreaming about kissing them. The thing is that when we break up with someone, we often don't end the relationship on a particularly good note. It's true that it's almost always an extremely painful and traumatic experience. We often end up resenting our ex or regretting that we even met him or her in the first place. It's extremely common to want to get back with an ex who broke your heart, but it's also one of the most dangerous things you can do. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's important to understand that getting back together with your ex is rarely a good idea. You might be subconsciously looking for closure, but unless you and your ex can get past the things that caused the initial breakup, getting back together won't help you move on. Why do I think so? Well, because the majority of people who broke up with their partners and still can't get over them dream about their ex kissing them. They dream about the past and wish they could go back in time. They feel like they'll never be able to find love again. And they're not even trying. That's why they're dreaming about their ex kissing them. They want to go back in time and fix what went wrong in their relationship. So, if you notice that you lack feelings of closure in your current life, this might be the spiritual meaning of dreaming about your ex kissing you.
3. It represents your loss. Dreaming about your ex kissing you can also mean that you feel you've lost something important. And you're bringing this something back by kissing your ex in your dream. At least, that's what it meant for me when I dreamt about my ex-boyfriend. As I mentioned above, I struggled to understand why I was dreaming about my ex kissing me. I was confused and didn't know what to do about it. That's why I decided to get in touch with a real psychic who could help me figure out the meaning of my dreams. I contacted Psychic Source, a psychic network that has helped people's friends understand the spiritual meaning of things that were going on in their love lives. It would be a lie if I said I wasn't skeptical about it. I mean, I'm a psychologist. I always look for evidence-based, empirical data and don't believe in spiritual explanations of why things happen around us. But on the other hand, dreams can hardly be explained with empirical data, right? That's what my friend told me when she suggested Psychic Source. I decided to give it a try just for fun. But it turned out that their empathetic advisors actually had some ideas about the spiritual meaning of dreaming about your ex kissing you. That's why I'm suggesting it to you. If you also want to get personalized advice from real-life psychics, get in touch with the experts at this company, and don't forget to share your experience with me. I can't wait to understand how helpful they can be with other people who have the same problem as me in their love lives.
4. You miss the romantic connection. As a romantic person who's always looking for deep emotional connections in relationships, breaking up with my ex wasn't easy for me. But it happened, and I had to accept it. At least I thought I accepted it. But that was before I started to dream about my ex kissing me. And you know what? I realized it was because I missed the romantic connection we had. It's like I was longing to go back in time and fix what went wrong in our relationship. I wanted to feel that spark of romance again, but it wasn't possible. Now I'm sure that one of the spiritual meanings of dreaming about kissing your ex is that you miss the romantic connection with them. Even though you might be ending a relationship for a very valid reason, most relationships do have a romantic, idealistic side to them. When you're in love with someone, you have high hopes for the relationship and a strong desire to make it work. Romantic relationships are often based on ideals and fantasies, and dreams and desires can sometimes be more powerful than the reality of the situation. When you experience a breakup, you lose the romantic side of your relationship. You no longer feel the same way about your ex, you no longer share the same ideals, and your fantasies don't seem realistic anymore. But then, you find yourself dreaming about your ex kissing you. This means that you subconsciously miss the romantic connection you had with your ex. You might be longing for your relationship to be the way it used to be. Believe it or not, that's another way to explain the fact that you're dreaming about your ex kissing you.
5. You still have unprocessed feelings for this person. Did you know that having unprocessed feelings about something else can lead to serious mental health conditions such as depression? Well, that's exactly what Dr. Dino Tsukarini and Tatiana Busick prove. They're experts in the field of interpersonal relationships who found out that unprocessed feelings and emotions play a significant role in developing mood disorders such as depression. But what does having unprocessed feelings mean at all? Let me explain. When you avoid thinking about something, you're not allowing yourself to process your emotions and feelings about it. And when you do that, you can't heal from the experience. You're not allowing yourself to accept what happened. That might be exactly why you dream about your ex kissing you. Many of us struggle to move on when we break up with someone. We might have trouble feeling excited about other romantic relationships, and we might have trouble letting go of the person we broke up with. You might still have unresolved feelings for your ex and be subconsciously dreaming about your ex kissing you because you still have feelings for the person. Of course, when we break up with someone, it's often because we're not satisfied with the relationship. But this leaves feelings that we can't get past, and we can't see a way to make our relationship better. Why does this happen? Because when we break up with someone, we don't just break up with the person, we break up with the idea of what we thought the relationship was supposed to be. So, if you still have unresolved feelings for your ex, you might be dreaming about your ex kissing you because you're not over your ex. You still have feelings for them, and you're trying to figure out how to deal with those feelings. But here's the thing. You can't heal if you don't accept what happened. And when you don't accept what happened, it's almost impossible for you to move on from the situation. That's why you should try to think about everything that connects you with your ex, and that way you'll find the spiritual meaning of why you dream about kissing them.
6. Maybe you don't want to move on yet? Or maybe you feel ready? You probably won't be surprised if I tell you that sometimes we dream about kissing our ex because we're not ready to move on. Just think about it. When you dream about kissing your ex, you're not seeing yourself being in a relationship with someone else. In fact, if you're dreaming about kissing your ex, it's very likely that you don't want to move on yet. That might also be why you keep dreaming about your ex kissing you. You're trying to figure out if moving on is the right thing to do or not. You're trying to find out what will happen if you move on or not. When we break up with someone and we don't feel ready to move on yet, we might be dreaming about our ex kissing us because we want to be sure that moving on is really what we want. We might be trying to figure out whether or not we should keep dating other people or hold off for a while until we're ready for another relationship. And when we aren't ready yet, it's almost impossible for us to be excited about dating other people. So our dreams might reflect that fact by showing us being in a relationship with our ex instead of someone else.
But here's the thing.
When it comes down to it, there's no real way of knowing whether or not moving on is the right decision until after you've tried it and experienced it for yourself. But when it comes down to deciding whether or not moving on is the right decision for you as an individual person who has. So, one more spiritual meaning of dreams about kissing your ex is that you're not ready to move on. Maybe you have feelings for your ex that you're not ready to admit. Maybe there's still some hope that the two of you could get back together. Maybe there's a part of you that wants you and your ex to get back together, but another part of you knows that it would be better for the two of you if you stayed apart. I understand that it's very confusing for us because there are two different parts of ourselves pulling in different directions at the same time. One part of us wants to get over them and move on, while the other part of us is still holding on to our relationship with our ex and doesn't want things to end like this. The result? When this happens, it can feel like we're losing a battle with ourselves or like something is wrong with us for not being able to let go of our past relationship yet. So, try to be honest with yourself, and if you still have feelings for this person, admit it. Otherwise, you won't be able to find the reason why you dream about kissing your ex.
7. Your ex is trying to reconnect with you spiritually. Okay, this spiritual meaning of dreaming about your ex might be a bit different from what we've just discussed, but hear me out. If you've been dreaming about kissing your ex, then your ex might be trying to reconnect with you spiritually. And what I mean by that is that they might want to reconnect with you on a spiritual level, even if they aren't ready to connect with you on a romantic level. So, they might be using your dreams as a way of communicating with you and letting you know how they feel spiritually towards you or towards the two of you together. I know this sounds crazy, but it's not impossible for people to communicate through dreams because our minds are connected in ways we don't always comprehend or understand. If this is the case for you and your ex, then there's a chance that your dreams about kissing them are telling them that it's not too late for the two of them to get back together. Or at least it wasn't too late when your dream was taking place. So, maybe they're using this dream as an opportunity to communicate with their subconscious mind and let their subconscious mind know how they feel about things. This would be a great help for their subconscious mind to try to help them find peace within themselves in regards to the two of you getting back together again. But how can you do this? If you remember, I mentioned that professional psychics from the spiritual company Psychic Source helped me figure out the meaning of my dreams about my ex recently. In that case, as well, I'm sure they'll do their best to help you understand how you can connect with this person on a spiritual level. Even if you don't want to have anything in common with them anymore, that way you'll avoid having dreams about kissing your ex.
8. You're not over the trauma they left in your life. Let's be honest about your relationship with the person you dream about currently. Did they ever leave you in a bad spot? Did they ever leave you feeling hurt or alone? Did they ever make you feel like everything was going to be okay, but then it was the complete opposite of that? If the answer is yes, then this dream might be trying to tell you that you're not over the trauma that your ex has left in your life. This can be a sign that your ex might have broken some of your trust and made it so that you aren't sure if you can trust them again. And if this is the case, then there's a chance that this dream is trying to let you know that there are still things in your life with them that need to be resolved. So that's another spiritual reason why you might be dreaming about kissing your ex, is that you're not over their past traumas. If they left you for someone else, or if they cheated on you, or if they left in a way that hurt you really badly, your mind may be bringing up memories of them because you're not over the trauma they caused in your life. Or maybe they were never there for you when you needed them the most, and now your mind is reminding you of that fact. Either way, if this is the case, then it's best to get some help from a professional therapist to try to get over the trauma this person has caused in your life. You shouldn't have dreams about kissing your ex if there are still things going on inside of your mind that are preventing you from being happy and moving on from this person. So, please don't ignore these dreams and try to figure out what's going on with yourself so that you can move forward with your life and be happy again.
9. You're not ready for a new relationship yet. And the last possible meaning of why you might be dreaming about kissing your ex is that you aren't ready for a new relationship yet. Maybe this dream is telling you that you're not ready to open your heart to someone else yet and that you need more time to yourself before dealing with a new relationship. It's possible that by seeing this dream, you're reminding yourself not to rush into anything just because of your previous breakup, and it's also possible that this dream is trying to tell you not to jump into another relationship too quickly. You might want to take some time for yourself and just focus on being by yourself right now until the time feels right for a new relationship. The simple truth is that most people think that when they break up with their partner, they'll immediately stop thinking about them altogether. But for some people, it doesn't happen so easily. They'll still be thinking about their ex, even months after breaking up. And this can happen even when they've found someone new. This usually happens when one party is more attached than the other one, when one party is still hurting from the breakup, or if there are unresolved issues between both parties, and these issues must be dealt with. If this is what's happening in your case, then you might be dreaming about kissing your ex because your subconscious mind is reminding you that there are still things that need to be worked out between the two of you. So if any of these things are true, then these dreams may be trying to give you a sign from your subconscious mind saying that it's not the right time for a new relationship. Subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching this video.